What is happening? Bar Run Forge, everybody, what's going on? Look a little different because Eli's the only one here. Yeah, so as you can tell, Dad is not here at the moment. He is off doing some trick-or-treat stuff there at the church. So it was either not do a live stream tonight or let Eli be in charge. So I'm up on the TV because I also have to remember that I make sure that I'm still good. So do a quick test, make sure everything sounds good, looks good. Wow. Does the camera add 10 pounds? Because I think I'm adding about, 20 or 30. This is not a flattering look. But anyways, so thank you guys so much for jumping on. We're so glad that you guys are here. Like I said, tonight's going to be a little bit different just for the fact that I'm the only one here. So if you see me jumping in and out or anything that's going on differently than normal, that's because I'm the only one running it. So I don't know really what's going to happen tonight. I haven't really decided on big projects or anything like that. We'll see how everything ends up going. We got a couple things new to show you guys that we're really excited about. And all this is kind of to get in prep. We are getting ready to start doing some demos and some shows and things like that. So yeah, we're really excited. As you can tell, everything that we've been doing is kind of leading up to kind of getting our brand out there and getting people to see what's going on, see our brand, see the forging thing. Like Dad always harps on, most importantly, getting the blacksmithing community out to the public to show people the craft that we really love, and also just showing the community you guys are great. So I'm going to hop on here real quick. Sorry, I'm going to have to sneak in and look to see and do a little shout out to say who's here. All right, looks like I got Tech, Corey, Wayne, Kelly, Newts, Neil, Dana, High Desert Forge. Let's see who else we got here. All kinds of people, man. Hans is here. Oh, goodness. Hans, I got a joke for you here in a second. Jessica, thanks so much. Gordon, good to see you. Am I missing anybody? Dana, if I didn't already call you. Look like I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Again, our ventures. That is my mom and stepdad. How cool is that? Wow. Or in his case, I should say, how neat is that? You'll get that joke. Bill Corey, nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. We're so glad. Man, it's a good view. So anyways, yeah. So tonight might be a little bit shorter than normal just because obviously I'm not Dad. I'm not the best blacksmith in the world. According to what I believe is to be right, I'm all alone in the shop tonight. What I believe to be right, this is my 6th time blacksmithing. So, disclaimer. If I can't put it up on the screen underneath here, disclaimer, 6th time blacksmithing. So, if things go awry and it's ugly and it's terrible, we've all been there, right? But I definitely appreciate it. Jeff, nice to see you, buddy. I definitely appreciate everybody in here. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Again, it's not going to be the normal stream. I'm not Dad. I'm not behind the tech stuff, so it's going to be a little different. You guys are going to get... Luckily, I was able to get the... I don't remember which side I'm up. Up here. Maybe? Up here? Yeah. The anvil cam. So we've got the anvil cam up here. As you guys can tell, this is not the normal anvil. If you remember, this is the anvil that we got for the blacksmith on a budget. And check out how nice this thing looks. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, check it out. That is the Achaio anvil with the ugly blue paint gone. Thank goodness, because that thing is terrible. Wayne, good to see you. Just remember, even the best started from somewhere. Absolutely, man. That's the biggest thing. Dad and I were talking about it. Obviously, being men of faith, something I prayed about before I got on here. I know this isn't, this is not walking on Broadway, but I do want you guys to have a good live stream, a good show to get to see. So I want to put the best product I can on for you guys. Like I said, 6th time blacksmithing, so it'll be what it'll be. But I appreciate, again, all the support. I've got friends on here, family on here, all cheering me on and wish me good luck. So, couple things to go over. We've got some new cool stuff to show you. So, first item up is This is fun because I can disappear from the camera and you guys have no idea what's going on. So, if you can see that, right up here, we have our logo now on a shirt. So, we are official, I guess. Now that we have now that we have our own shirts and our own branding, basically. Hi, Mom. My mom's in here. Everybody say hi to Eli's mom. This is not Michelle. This is my biological mom. She is off in Florida right now, living the best life. Her and my stepdad are traveling around the world in RVs, so that's cool. Everybody say a quick chat to Mrs. Kahn is her name, Cindy Kahn on there. So, but yeah, T-shirt. We have our own. So these are. So Dad and I have matching of these. We got these Carhartt shirts, polos. That way it looks a little bit more professional. We've got our brand on here so you can see it up on the chest while we're doing blacksmithing and stuff. But yeah, we got these. Again, not sponsored, but one of our friends here in Lynchburg, Bullseye Printing, did our printing for these shirts. So they turned out really nice. Super happy to have them. And then eventually we're going to start having him do our screen printing. Getting some graphic shirts, graphic tees, and stuff like that available for you guys, able to buy on there. It's a Kelly. It's a polo. So yeah, we figured we're gonna sell the T-shirts to you guys, but just to kind of add a little bit more professional. And I got a really good deal on those Carhartt shirts. Working at Tractor Supply, I always get to kind of find some special ins and outs. Again, not sponsored by anybody that I've said so far. But working at Tractor Supply, I find all kinds of Carhartt stuff that goes out of season, old deals and stuff like that. Basically, once they're clearanced out and done and nobody wants them, needs them, or anything like that anymore, then they go on sale for stupid cheap. So I snapped up a couple of those, and those are going to be our shirts for our demos. So the second piece that's really cool, and if anybody follows us on Instagram, you saw this already. So we are getting ready for demos and shows, and we made a kind of cool piece of art. So as I walk away from the screen, and hopefully you can still hear me, I'm going to grab a piece that we made. So we had this sign made for my dad for Father's Day as he was just getting started in his blacksmithing journey. It's a little heavy, not too heavy. But as he was just getting started, we had this metal sign made. How cool is that? Yeah. Take a gander. Angelic music. Oh, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so my sister and I chipped in and got my dad this sign made for him. So this is our logo somewhat on our first stages of starting out in blacksmithing. We got this made for him. Yeah, check that out. Doesn't that look good on screen? But yeah, so we took an old piece of sheet metal, put it behind it, and this has actually got some French cleats here in the back. What you don't know is, as blacksmiths, we are also woodworkers and every other type of artistry. I gotta turn that fire down. So yeah, we put some French cleats here on the back, and then underneath it is a little pallet rack for any like tall items that we make or anything like that that we display at shows and demos and things like that. So there's a pallet underneath this part, underneath there, so people can see the product, and obviously we'll have this behind us so people can see our logo and kind of know it's us and recognize us. Got a couple other projects that we're making to have out there, display items and things like that. So hopefully we're going to have some stuff set up. That way when it comes time for our demo, I think we've got a demo coming up in the month. So our first kind of big demo, arts and crafts fair type thing, we're going to be ready to go, and people are going to know Bar Run Forge. So wish us luck on that. Tremendously appreciated anybody for that. So now that I've rambled on enough and you guys can hear me struggle and have no idea what's going on in the background while I put this back up, maybe even cut myself on sheet metal. It's going to be a fun show tonight. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys all jumping in here, all the support, everything you guys have shown. One, shown us, and two, have shown me tonight for, again, time number 6 of blacksmithing. There we go. Good grief. Also, disclaimer. I, like my grandfather, a very, very clumsy. Hey, Frank, thanks for jumping in, man. Yeah, absolutely, Wayne. Incorporating some other types of work and things like that in there. That's all part of blacksmithing. So You kind of have to be the jack of all trades. Thanks, Neil. It's only nervous energy. A little bit of nervous energy. So, but yeah, I find that so cool that, you know, blacksmiths are not just blacksmiths. Blacksmiths work on wood projects and bronze projects, copper projects, all kinds of different work. I think that's, you know, fantastic. Again, obviously, kind of a backstory. My dad is way into the blacksmithing thing for the long time. He has always wanted to be a blacksmith. Has always talked about it. Always enjoyed watching blacksmiths. And to me, it's really cool to kind of pick up the craft. You know, there's always that thing between a dad and his son of following in behind and doing what dad does. Obviously, you guys see me more so behind the tech stuff and kind of doing that. That's kind of my realm. That's stuff that I know very well. So it's kind of a back and forth. He teaches me the blacksmithing stuff. I teach him the tech stuff. You know, and again, it's that community helping each other out, growing each other, and stuff like that. So, anywho, well, since this is a sorry, I cut my hand. If you guys notice, I fidget with my hands a lot. One, just because a little bit of nerves, but two, I tend to cut myself and bruise myself very easily. So there's always always finding new cuts and scrapes and scratches and stuff like that, and it's going to be irritating if I don't take that little chunk of skin off. Not that you guys wanted to know that, but anyways. So, let's get some blacksmithing done, huh? Got a fire already going because God knows I'm not trying to start a fire in front of all of you wonderful blacksmiths and people who are going to look at my work and critique it. Hans. I forgot to say the joke that we mentioned. Hans earlier, right before Dad left, he said, "Buddy, is there anything I can help you with, or anything I can do for you, or anything I can give you before you go blacksmith?" And I said, "Talent." So, hey, everybody, say hi to the best Aussie. Well, I can't say best Aussie. There's two Aussies in here. We have the best Aussies in the entire world right on our blacksmithing channel. I think that's pretty cool. Again, I think it's cool that we have all kinds of people. We've got Gordon, a couple other people from over across the pond. We've got people out in the middle of the pond in Australia. What a time, man. That's so cool. I'm literally connecting with people all the way halfway across the world who are jumping in to watch me blacksmith. That's freaking awesome to me. So, what are we going to make today? I don't know. I'm going to start off with a railroad spike. I want to make a railroad spike hook. That way I can put it over there to hang. I got a new apron, so I don't have to keep stealing Dad's. So I'm going to work on making a little railroad spike hook. We'll see how bad I can mess that up tonight. Mom, yes, I am playing with fire. I'm not a trained professional. I hope he's in here watching this and got this. Yamez, what's happening, buddy? He said, Troy, you gained some weight. Grew about 3 inches taller and gained about, 70 pounds. Oh, man. A lot younger, a little heavier, a little taller. We always make the joke. I know, Newt. Hey, listen. One of these days I'm going to get in contact with you because I want to get our logo put onto a leather apron for both of us to have with the show, along with the polos, getting the big logo up on the front. I think that would look awesome. Definitely would appreciate that. Yeah, Dad and I always make the joke that I am, because everybody always asks, are you all brothers? Are you all, related? What's the deal? Nobody ever believes that I'm his son. So we always make the joke that I am him 2.0 or the XL version. However you want to see that. Just a bigger, newer version of Dad. Oh, let's see. I am not familiar at all enough with some of these tongs to see what I am working with. All right. Hey, there he is. What's happening, Dad? I haven't started yet. Listen, jump in there and say something to everybody in here because you guys are amazing. Everybody say hi. Hi, Dad. Hi, Troy. Thought we were. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Tech. Everybody thinks, oh, he's either your younger brother. Nobody ever believes that I'm his son. So I don't know if that's a congrats to him because he still looks young or a congrats to me because I hold my age older. And I don't know. Whatever. Mason Jordan. What is happening? Oh, my goodness. Man, I have not heard from... Everybody say hi to Mason. So this is one of my high... since like preschool. One of my buddies since like preschool jumping in here. Hey, man. I appreciate you jumping in. That's awesome. We'll have to catch up sometime. Now that I'm back here in the great state of Ohio. I know. It needs to be... I need to get a Newt's leather apron. All right. She's warming up. Warming up. Let's knock the heat down there. The problem I have with this, one of the things I've got to learn better, is fire maintenance. That is one thing I've struggled with the coal forging and everything. I've always struggled with just making sure that it's on the right kind of consistency. That's one thing I got to work with. Yeah, man, everything's doing great. I really, really appreciate you jumping in, brother. That's awesome. So cool. Yeah, so I'll kind of give you all a backstory. So I originally grew up basically on this farm, and around the area. Our old farm used to be right across the creek, and so I went to Lynchburg Clay High School right across the road a little ways. Mason, a bunch of us kids back in the good old days grew up as running the Lynchburg town. And then God had a different plan for us, so we ended up moving to Grayson, Kentucky, and we were there for a little while. And then Dad moved back after I graduated high school, and I kind of pseudo stayed in Kentucky. Spent some time with my mom and stepdad and family there for a little bit. Stayed here a little bit. Just try to keep balance with both my families and try to stay in touch and everything like that. And then ended up going to Moorhead. Stayed in Moorhead for about 6 years or so while I was in college. Switched my majors a couple times. But after I graduated this past semester, haven't technically graduated yet because, COVID and you can't graduate, you can't walk across the stage until December now. We were supposed to graduate, and then they moved it, and they moved it back, and they moved it again, and they moved it back. So it's just craziness. But eventually I will walk across the stage with a cap and gown and be officially graduated. But yeah, so anyways, but now I'm back here, loving life, living with my dad and stepmom until I find a place of my own to move off to and get out of their hair. A little bit warmer. And eventually be close enough. The thing I'd want to do is be close enough to the farm. That way I can still jump over and, blacksmith with Dad, because obviously I love doing that with him, hanging out with him, but also, too, helping out on the farm. He's been the only guy running the farm for the past couple years, so just being able to help him out. And, too, I love farming. As you guys saw, we were both running nonstop for three days constantly in the red tractor. So, yeah. Rob is a lucky guy for getting Newt's apron. Man, that'd be cool. We'll have to show us that, Rob. If Rob ever gets in here. I don't know if he's here yet. Finally, yes, less yak, more whack from Eli. Well, man, I got the whole family in here. My sister jumped in. Holy cow. It's a family ordeal. I got family from all over the states. Got family over across the pond. Family out in the middle of the pond with Aussies. Man. Dad and I kind of always overuse the phrase blessed, but when it's true, you can't overuse the phrase. Looky there. Is it purple glowing? So those of you who are new to the stream, we have a fun little thing with one of our cameras. Apparently doesn't pick up color very well. So yeah, one of our cameras does not pick up color very well. So for those of you new to the channel, we make a joke because we have purple fire on the yeah, you can see it a little bit there on the anvil cam. Okay, another disclaimer. Adam, I know you're bringing it up because I do not swing the hammer hard enough. Dad and I both talked about this, and it's one of those things I've struggled with my whole life of being aggressive. I am giant, but I'm also a teddy bear. So I have to learn to get more aggressive and beat the crap out of it. Second thing, I just got back from our truck day at work. So I've been at work since like 6 o'clock. Been up since 4 o'clock. We also had a smoked pulled pork shoulder today. So if I look a little heavier, that's why. But yeah, I'm also a little bit tired. I had to do, basically our truck comes in at work and we unload 2 full semi-loads full of slinging 50-pound bags of feed, moving heavy equipment, stuff like that around the store, lifting heavy stuff, just constant moving around. So a teeny bit tired. I know I'm 24 and shouldn't be as tired as I am, but I'll admit it, I'm a little tired. What's going on in the chat here? Newt, thanks so much for jumping in. Randy, that's right, Randy. I gotta remember. Listen, that's one thing I gotta get better is I gotta remember some of y'all's names better. But definitely appreciate that. Have a good time. Purple heat, oof. Giving you curry, mate. Oh, I know. But I know, Adam, I need to get better at swinging a hammer. Need to get a little more power behind it. Again, I say, might be a big old boy, but got to get some aggressiveness and lose the teddy bear. I just realized my tractor supply hat is very prominent right in front of the camera. Yes, Adam is our comic relief, and we thank him for that. Everybody needs a good comedic Aussie in their life. For sure. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I picked this up again, Randy. I can't wait. Well, now Randy's gone, but I cannot wait until I get a official Newt's leather apron that'll look way better than this. But Prime Day, got this on Prime Day for like $20. I was like, shoot, why not? And then also picked up a couple new things for the next video for the blacksmith on a budget is going to be great. We're going to be, I'll give you all a little, since you guys are the holy few that like to keep in touch with us. I'm going to be working on my forge setup, my first coal forge setup. We're going to use for a portable setup for that as well. Bill is getting into a little bit of math. Math was not my strong suit in college. That was Adam, we're all funny looking, bub. we're all rough and tough blacksmith type. We're all funny looking. What did he say? Swedge block type anvil. I've seen a video. That's cool, Gordon. Definitely can't wait to see that video come out, buddy. All right. Maybe I'll swing a hammer this time. Shut up more. See, that's the thing, though. I'm used to talking to everybody. I don't get to clinker. I don't get to blacksmith, and I don't want to say be the star of the show, but you know, Dad's normally the star of the show. Yeah, working a nice little taper. Get it tapered down and make a little hook out of it. See how that goes. Doing a little bit of decorative work, as us blacksmiths often do. Keep saying us blacksmith. Again, I know you guys are going to say, oh, well, you're a blacksmith. You've done it 6th time. The 7th time now. Thanks, guys. You guys are here for my 7th. I know, Gordon. Things have been kind of hectic with the farm. Me getting moved back, trying to get our setup to where it works good and functional. That way we can kind of... The goal to eventually is have somebody else working the tech and camera stuff. So hopefully I can set up my anvil over there, and Dad can have his set up in here, and both of us can work simultaneously during live streams or videos and things like that. One, it just requires somebody else running the setup. 2, getting just getting the stuff set up to do that. So eventually, that's the hope. I'm sure he'll jump in and chime in and say that's the hope too, if he's not occupied tossing candy to small kids, maintaining his social distancing at the church, and handing out some candy for kids at Halloween. So anywho, have a face-keeping radios don't like. Take turns to do streams. Yeah, eventually, yeah. We've talked about that. Again, like I said, Dad is obviously the better smith than I. So for the time being, it works out because I can work the tech stuff pretty decently, and he does the blacksmithing stuff pretty well. So when the time does come and we can hand off tech stuff to somebody else, absolutely. Whoop. Straighten her back out here. I just realized I did not pick the best railroad spike to be doing this on. It's got a tiny little kind of, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like a tiny little chunk right there. It's alright. Man, it's a very dinged up hammer mark. Again, I am an amateur at this, so I appreciate y'all sticking with me and hanging out for sure. Also, again, I'm tired. I'm not the best blacksmith. Running this by myself. Maybe a little bit shorter stream. So, just be prepared. Wow, Troy looks younger. Oh, it's never going to get old, is it? Trebuchet to launch the kit. Absolutely. Listen, we both talked about doing an air cannon. So we made an air cannon a couple years back for KCU to do T-shirts where Dad worked at and where we lived at. We made an air cannon. It was a little bit too powerful, so probably should not be in charge of air cannons and kids or any type of flying objects with candy and kids. But yeah. Yep. Thanks for jumping in, Matt. Appreciate you. Good to see you. And yes, I am not Troy. Listen, first off, she's hanging out with Dad tonight, so she cannot run the technology stuff today. But eventually, yeah. The goal is to have her do a lot of like she's really good at like decorations, the kind of creative stuff. She does like, scrapbooking and crafting. She's really talented at that. So eventually having Michelle doing a lot of our kind of marketing technology, or not technology, but like the marketing stuff for our demos, and just crafting stuff up, making it look a little bit less like Blacksmiths made this and more like somebody who's got some talent did some stuff on there as well. If you catch what I'm trying to say. I'm terrible with words. Am I getting better, Adam? Thanks, buddy. Smoosh that like bucket. Absolutely. If you have not already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, share with your friends. Thank you guys so much for all that you guys have shared and liked and smooshed and all the other stuff you guys have done. That really helps us out, and we really appreciate that tremendously. Words are hard. Thanks a lot, Abby. My sister, everybody. Giving me the runabout because she can. Just because she can. She's a pretty cool person sometimes. Maybe sometimes. Jamie, what's happened, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. I know. Listen, we talked about this the other night. Jamie and I were at a Bible study the other night, and both of us agreed, or all of us were talking about it. We all agreed that just for some reason us Midwestern Ohioans apologize for everything way too much. Like, we just apologize for existing. We just apologize for apologizing too much. I mean, it's a weird, really, really weird habit. This apron is the first time it's being used tonight. It will eventually get some dirt and make it look like I'm actually using it. Yeah, I have a pretty cool family coming in here and hanging out, watching me do some blacksmithing. What they don't realize is they're getting all these pieces as gifts for Christmas this year. So, it's some good old-fashioned first trials of things in blacksmithing. I'll show you guys a couple pieces that I've done. I've got the little box of trials and errors. So, I've got my first two pieces in here. This, I don't know how well you can see that. This is the first piece I ever did. This just a little wall hook. This is the first time swinging a hammer. This is out of a piece of rebar. This is a little wall hook that Dad taught me how to make. We were up at Goshen. But yeah, not terrible, I guess, for a first time. This is one I made a little bit later. This was on my own, and it didn't turn out the best, but I did get the a curlicue a little bit better, a little bit more pointed down and everything. This was after a while of blacksmithing, and I was tired. I run out of energy very quickly, apparently. Split cross. Always got to have a split cross. Second piece I ever did. It's kind of cool. And started working on a leaf. That one did not turn out the greatest, but keep these around to see how far you've come. This is one. This is the last piece I did. I think that one turned out pretty cool. Just a little leaf pendant that I made. It's got a little hook right there so you can attach it to something or whatever. And then I don't know how well you can tell the like the actual leaf stems in there, but it's got some leafing as well. So yeah, that's my box of stuff. My box of making stuff. Uh-oh, we're getting sparky. Shut up, Eli. Who's on Eli shut up control tonight? Somebody needs to be on Eli. Eli be quiet control. I lost a little bit of it. See, this is what happens. You let a Roush talk too much and stuff gets messed up. It's alright. Not too bad. We can recover. Yes, everybody in the family is going to be getting blacksmithing projects this year. Get a little bit heavier hammer. Move a little bit more metal. Yep. Keep it square there, Eli. Anywho, how's everybody doing tonight? One thing I'm struggling with is I normally have music on in the shop. Anytime I'm doing something, working something, there's either a podcast or music on here or something, and I do not have it on, and it's really weird. Abby said plant hooks. So my sister is obsessed, dare I say, with plants. She has 47, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. 47, 48, something like that. Yeah, there's a lot. So, I don't know. There might be some plant hooks in your future there, Abigail. Abigail Dawn. That would be my sister. I used to say that when I was a kid. Her name is Abigail Dawn, but I used to think she had 3 names. Thought it was Abby, Gail, Dawn. So, a little inside to the childhood of Abby and I. Looks like the leaf as well. Yep, see? See? Mom wants the hook, so it can't be that bad. My mom still has Christmas ornaments that I made in 1st grade. I just received those this past year. I said, Mom, why? It's like a little Christmas tree with my 3rd grade picture in it. I was like, what in the world? Yeah, so she keeps on to anything. 47, correct. Abby has 47 plants. So, well, you know your siblings. Forge fitness is something you earn, then maintain. Don't worry too much about running out of energy. It happens. Yes, I need to earn my. I just need to earn fitness in general. Thank you so much, Frank. I appreciate that. Yo, Kick, what's happening, buddy? Explain to the newbie what's going on in the fire. Okay. Dad can obviously explain this better than I can. So, for anybody who doesn't know about a whole lot about blacksmithing, what I'm running right now is a coal fire forge. What I have in there right now is a combination of coal and coke. Coke is a refined piece of coal, if I remember correctly. Coal is kind of a little bit rougher, so it's got some impurities in it that have to melt out first, or go out first, burn off first, before it turns into coke. Coke runs a whole lot cleaner. So inside here, it's a couple thousand degrees. Sticking the metal in there, obviously heating it up, and then taking it to the anvil and whacking the crap out of it. Putting it into what's called a taper. So you take that piece and you work it down to a point, draw it out to a point, and eventually I'm going to put a little curlicue at the end of it, flip it back, and make a hook out of it. So right now I'm working on the tapering it down and bringing it down to a sharper piece. Thanks, Matt. Again, somebody needs to be on Eli shut up control and focus on the forge. In case you haven't noticed, I am my father's son who does talk a lot. I can already tell my voice is getting scratchy. It's time for Eli to shut up a little bit more. Wow. Somebody's been paying attention. Awesome job. Thank you guys. You guys are fantastic. Yeah, so a couple of the nicer pieces, Dad was around to help me out, for sure, and teach me kind of some things and different techniques, different things I need to work on, different things I need to improve on while I was going through those projects. A couple of the other pieces you saw that were a little less nice and cleaned up were on my own, just trying to test things out and, taking in the waters myself. So I resemble that remark. Yes, you do. Brett Larson, what's happening, buddy? How long does it take to make a hook? A good blacksmith can probably make it in about 15 minutes or so, depending on the material, what kind of stuff you're doing to it, and everything. So, but yeah, this is a little bit heavier piece. Get off. So it's going to take a little bit longer, just because the steel's a little bit thicker. Man. Yeah, nice little taper. Coming out decent. There's the purple fire. Purple. What are we making? Brett, I am taking a railroad spike and going to make a hook to put over here next to your Dad's railroad spike hook to hold his apron, to have another apron holder for myself. Probably shouldn't take a hot piece of metal and point it directly at me. Don't worry, guys, I'm a professional. Oh, I made a mention about my grandpa who used to run this farm before Dad and I do, and Papa Terry was a very, say, less than graceful man. He had a tendency to kind of fumble and bumble around a little bit, and I apparently have picked up on that, as my family will lovingly point out sometimes, and calling me Terry. Basically, I am built like he was, act like he did. So it's my grandpa was a fantastic man. He was a manly man of biblical proportions. He was a great person. Definitely appreciate the time I got to spend with him. What's going on in the chat? I know, Brett. I didn't realize, man, days are flying by during these times. Practice, improve, and repeat until your inner critic is happy. Absolutely, Wayne. Appreciate that. No, Dad is actually hanging out at the church right now. They're doing a trunk or treat for the community of our church. So he's sitting out front of the church passing out or tossing candy to kids so they can keep social distancing. But yeah, he and Michelle are over at the church. So I'm the lone wolf tonight in the forge. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. It's Thursday and Friday at the same time here. What's happening, Holler? What's up, buddy? A professional amateur. There you go. If a sentence could describe me any better, I don't know. Professional amateur. That's a good one. What are we looking like here in the old forge? better. Yeah, I can't think of a better compliment. Professional amateur. I would say Dad is I don't know, say maybe a professional. What is above amateur? Like is novice above amateur, or would novice, whatever the step is above getting to that kind of in between point. I am definitely the professional amateur, the amateur professional amateur. There we go. How about that? He's playing basketball. Not professional amateur. Love it. Oh, I missed your comment. Sorry, John. How much for the Infinity Gauntlet? I am nowhere close to being able to do like armory stuff. Oh man, that'd be a cool project though. Making the Infinity Gauntlet from Infinity War, from Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Man, that would be a cool project. Wonder if there's a. I bet there is an armorer close to a blacksmith armorer that has done the Infinity Gauntlet and probably done a fantastic freaking job at it too. Woo! That fire's hot. Hey, here we are. Come here. Come here. All right, there we go. Need to set a railroad spike tongs. Knock the slag off here. Keep our working material nice and clean. My father would so harp on me on keeping my work area clean, but also my project clean. And I'm gonna try to see if I can knock that little edge down. It's getting there. There we go. Alright. Following Dad's example, keeping the anvil clean. Tongs are not a fire poker, Eli. Can't lose the project down in there. So anywho, Dad, I unfortunately regret to say I did not knock this coke down small enough. Need to work on that. What's happening? The fire. Intermediate. There you go. That is an intermediate. Intermediate. Dang it. Yes, Rob. Rob is a freaking cool dude. He's from Great Britain, if I'm not mistaken. Does armor stuff, and he at some of the stuff that Dad showed me, he is fantastic. This just in, fire hot, absolutely. I had a gentleman in the shop who had never touched a hammer in his life. Forget the. Don't burn it. A professional amateur. A complete amateur. Just look funny doing. Oh, you guys are killing me. Thank you, everybody who said I'm doing great, and I'm an aspiring amateur. Man, if you guys are aspiring amateurs, what does that make me? Visit Iron Crown Workshop if you want to see an awesome upcoming armor. Armors are cool, man. Like blacksmithing, fun. Bladesmithing, I don't dare say this in front of my father, but I think bladesmithing is a tiny bit cooler just because, you know, oh, shut up, Eli. I'm a young guy and it's, ooh, knife, ooh, sword, you know, that kind of thing. But I definitely enjoy all forms of, ooh, we're sparky. There we are. It burns hot now. You're all going to watch Eli burn up a piece before he even gets it done today. Oh, goodness. It's all right. I think I put a small stressorizer in here. It's okay. Yeah. All right. Like I said, fire maintenance is one thing I have got to work on. All right, one more good little heat with that. Hopefully don't burn off the tip here. All right. Yeah. So we'll get that going on the other side there, kind of taper that down a little bit, and then yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. Bladesmithing. Yes. What did I say? Knife blacksmith? What did I say? Somebody tell me. See you, Kelly, if I saw you leaving out. Sparkles. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's what I know. Roy, thank you. Roy, everybody say hi to Roy, by the way. Roy has been a phenomenal teacher as well, even though he doesn't really know it. Roy Adams over at Christ Centered Ironworks is awesome and has really helped out. His videos are phenomenal for instruction. The anvil here that I need to adjust was what I kind of saw him work it, and I thought, man, that's a really, really good idea. That's a really good. I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was cooler than blacksmithing. I meant, if I did, I meant I like watching it a little bit better, just because blacksmithing, bladesmithing, farrier work, any type of metal work to me, absolutely fascinating. When I can see somebody take one thing and have an idea, make something completely different out of it, I think it's super cool. Bladesmithing to me is really fascinating, just for the simple fact that it is such a simplified thing. I mean, you're working on blades, but there are so many options to make a blade. I think that's just phenomenal. I think it's super cool. Who's Roy Adams? What did I say? Y'all are catching bladesmithing. Oh my gosh. Y'all are screwing with me now. I don't even remember what I said. I'm getting delirious. Oh, goodness. Oh, I didn't even use flux. That's crazy. I know. Good grief. You all are screwing with me. What a time. My first time being the guy in the live chat, and you all are messing with me. Oh, shoot. Yeah, now I'm going to have a talk with Dad when he gets home. He's going to say that I'm not allowed in the shop anymore because I said I like bladesmithing a tiny bit better than I like blacksmithing. Y'all pray for me. I'm going to get kicked out of the house tonight. Try to get that. Well, I didn't get it completely hot enough, but I was just trying to smooth her up a little bit. Oh, goodness. Oh, you guys are so crazy. Goodness. Yeah, if you guys didn't see last week, we literally had Flux out and it's like, Roy's gonna show up here in a second. And Dad throws the third thing of Flux. Look back over. Roy is, hey, what's happening, everybody? Oh, goodness. You guys are nuts. Doesn't make knife-shaped objects. Hi, Michelle. Everybody say hi to Mrs. Roush. Whole family's in here. Anytime. Anybody that has helped, like Dad, obviously being my first and biggest inspiration with the blacksmithing stuff. Roy, John Switzer, you guys' YouTube channels, phenomenal for instructional stuff. The first time blacksmithing, Rob Huff was there and was kind of giving me pointers and talking me through some things as well, along with Dad, giving both of us pointers. Rob's a phenomenal guy if he jumps in here at some point. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys that are blacksmiths on here, trust me, I watch all of your guys' videos as much as I can to learn, just absorb everything that I can, knowledge-wise. Yeah, and then try to come out here and recreate and, redo those things that you guys have shown and taught and different things like that. And again, having a blacksmith who is learning and teaching at the same time in-house is pretty nice, I must say. There it is. Nice little color of the fire. Today we learn Eli learns how to do fire stuff. Learns how to control a fire and make the fire the right temperature. I will give credit to the blacksmiths of old. Fire maintenance is not an easy thing. At least not for me. I guess everybody has their own struggles when it comes to blacksmithing. Learning temperatures and fire temperatures and things like that. When to bring it out, when to strike, when to do that is kind of been my learning curve, I would say. That was fun. Right. All right. Let's put that back. I'm going to shape that middle down a little bit. And then do a little curlicue and make it a hook. Watch the professional amateur blacksmith make something that would take normal blacksmiths 10 to 15 minutes. Where are we at? Oh, it's 7 o'clock already. Oh, jeez. Oh, you guys are nuts. Tap on coffee and insult people. Oh, you guys are nuts. Teach me what not to do. Dude, Gordon, you mentioned the Mandalorian stuff. I saw somebody do scroll work and make the Mandalorian emblem and then imprint it onto his blacksmithing vest. Freaking awesome, man. I'm a Star Wars, absolute Star Wars nut. Like, everything Star Wars, absolutely love it. Dogbone, what's happening, buddy? Thanks for jumping in. Easy fire maintenance is called gas. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have our propane outside set up completely yet, and we're out of small tanks and didn't think to go grab one. So tonight's coal fire, and it's probably a little bit better for the youngster to burn all the coke and coal because we have tons of it and not pay a whole bunch for propane and propane accessories. Yeah, Dan Moss is another great channel to check into. You take it out while it's hot and you hit it while it's still hot. Oh man, blacksmithing summed up in one sentence. Propane fuels the laziness. Oh. Oh yeah, the a piece of metal burned. Yeah, I'm good. We're good. Just got to get that. Roy, thanks so much for jumping in here. As always, appreciate your support and all the videos you do. You're a phenomenal guy. God bless for sure. Uh-oh. Adam just said fighting words. Star Trek is better than Star Wars. Yeah. I don't know about that. The Jedi Smith. I have heard briefly about it. I have to do some more digging into it. Oh, I can bring out the flux again. I am staying away from flux. I am nowhere near getting into forge welding or anything like that yet. You guys are watching me struggle to make a railroad spike hook. Forge welding is not on the menu at the moment. We tried it at most of you guys saw us at the Antique Machinery Show in Georgetown a couple months back. We tried it. Man, it did not work out. Uh-oh. Drop hammer. Does that work? All right. That's not too bad. May flatten that out a little bit for the... Oh, goodness. Yep. Again, still a learning curve. I will definitely admit... See you, Brett. Thanks for coming, buddy. Uh-oh. Bacon. who brought up bacon? Listen, before we got here, I have had a pulled pork shoulder on the smoker since 4 o'clock this morning. I got up at 4 o'clock, started a pork shoulder, and had it just before I came out here. So 1, little full belly. 2, bacon would have made that a whole lot better. Oh man, Adam, I thought we were friends, man. I might just be biased, but Star Wars. Star Wars is my go-to, man. Thank you, Matt. Absolutely. Darth Vader, General Grievous, Palpatine, obviously. Uh-oh. Do I get an Eli rant? Is that a thing? Or we have a Roy rant, Troy tirade. Yamez has one. I can't remember what it is. Somebody remind me. Nothing. See, this is the problem. I start off with an E. What good words start with E for a rant? Ahuvian and proud. Were they in Ahuvian? Is that in the Grinch? How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Every who down in Whovian? Every who down in Whovian. Oh, that's got some neat little marks on there. All right, let's flatten this out a little bit. That way I can put a hole in it. And then we'll curl it. Come on down. You know what? I think I'm good with that. Now I just need to... Oh, I have to take the... Thanks for reminding me, Eli. Yamas yammering. That's the one. Oh, man. Y'all are jumping like crazy. Who's leaving? I saw people leaving. Sorry. Hang on. Let me get the fire going, and then I will say goodbye to the appropriate. Hopefully not burn my piece up real quick. Who left? Okay. Darth Maul, absolutely. Eli Expression. Ha! Adam, that's why we keep you around. You always have the answer, buddy. Dana, good to see ya. One day until Mandalorian comes out. That's a solid thing. Jamie, thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate it. I will have to agree. Desert Forge, 1st through 6, only worth watching. Rogue One, great. 7 and 8 were rough. 7 was okay. 8, terrible. Star Wars Episode 9, good for the fact of retconning some of the bad things that happened in Episode 7 and 8, and also kind of bringing it to close. And I'll give it a decent finale. Grievous was pretty awesome. I will agree. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully Disney can redeem themselves. Neil, have a great night, buddy. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah. Disney, I will say, Disney kind of did this number. They took Episode 6 with Episode 7 and kind of dropped, but kind of, I don't know. They kind of like kept it at the same. They dropped a little bit, but also did good with it. I don't know how to explain that without like completely confusing people. Episode 8, trash for everything. Episode 9, good. Movie quality, plot line, Bring Back Palpatine was kind of their saving grace because that was the only thing that really kind of saved it. Jar Jar Forge Inc. Nobody would come to that, John. Absolutely nobody would come to that. Jar Jar Forge Inc. Not necessarily the best business strategy. Okie dokie. Yeah, let's flatten that out a little bit more. All right, we're going to put a curlicue on this, bend it around, make a hook out of it. As long as Eli doesn't screw it up. Get a little burst of air in here. Not on high, Eli. Not on high. Woo! Yes, Adam. Jar Jar the secret Sith. I think Jar Jar was behind everything. Personally, Jar Jar even controlled Palpatine. There you go. Eli's conspiracy theory for the night. No, Sparky, Sparky. No, Sparky, Sparky. We don't want to bend the tip off there. Oh, I'm a little bit worried about that part right there. See if we can save her. If not, live and you learn, right, folks? You live and you learn. All right, let's put a tip on it. Or a curly cue on the tip. There we go. Words are hard. No, words are not hard. Rocks are hard. Words are difficult. Jar Jar is Darth Plagueis. Dude, now we're getting into fun conspiracy stuff about Star Wars. I could talk all kinds of crap about that all day. Misa thinks so too, Amos. Listen, I don't think Jar Jar was the worst, but here's the problem. I was born in 96, so the episode 1, 2, and 3 series came out right during my childhood. So, like, Dad, for example, grew up with the original trilogy. He got the golden era. My generation grew up with the 1, 2, 3. Episode 1, 2, Episode 3, in my opinion, best movie. Episode 3, I think, in my opinion, is the best of the Star Wars. Now, I know I'm going to get flack from, I don't want to say the older generation, but those who are elder than I, that the golden era has the better movies. I think Episode 3, top 1. 1, it is my favorite movie. 2, I think the plot, the quality of the movie was really good. So I got to remember how to do this, because if not, I'll do it backwards. So this goes over to that hammer. Alright, let's heat that back up, because that was not a very good curl. Am I doing this backwards? No, I'm not doing this backwards. Okay. This always concerns me. Hook always concerned me that I'm doing it backwards. And I'm sure my father is critiquing this. We will get a good review of the Forge soon. Absolutely. We got shove your stock in and touches. I know. What do us kids know? What do us kids know? Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Got a college degree and got a whole lot of nothing. Straighten her up. Not looking too terrible. Not looking too terrible. Not looking too bad, if I don't say so myself. Yeah. Advantage of the propane forge, consistent heat. Definitely something I need to learn with the coal forge, is just keeping fire maintenance. Again, like I've harped on it tonight before, just the fire maintenance of the coal forge. To me, one, focusing constantly, making sure that your metal is not getting too hot, not getting burned out or anything like that. I'm moving this far away, aren't I? Stay there, buddy. Huh. That's interesting. Han Solo was Stan Lee's inspiration for Star-Lord. Or something other way around. That's kind of cool. 4 college degrees and I'm hammering hot metal. Oops is just a design change. That needs to be somewhere on this wall. Oops is just a design change. I like it. Oops. Let's give her a little air back to the fire here. Not too much because the tip is in there at the moment. I slide that down just a little bit so I'm not burning the tip off, but I also want to get some heat to it. Hell, don't screw it up, Eli. Oh, goodness. What's everybody else been working on? I know that's usually a good question for the forging family. Right. Okie dokie. Mallet. Let's get the mallet to work on that curly Q a little bit. Isn't it great when your dad can make tools for you? For us, excuse me. But make tools for the shop. It's a nice thing to have, for sure. Oops. I still can't get over. That's a great quote. Who said that? Who said that? Oops was just a design change. Wayne, absolutely. Wayne, put that on a shirt, please. Please put that on a shirt. That would be hilarious. That's a blacksmithing motto right there, if I've ever heard one. All right, let's put the tip down on that one because we're good. Whoa, too far, Eli. Quench the tip. Keep some hot coals around the back part of it here so I don't burn all the work I just did off. Have apparently a tendency to do that. In some of my earlier projects, well, if I can figure out where my piece is. There we go. Some of my earlier projects I have been known to burn the smallest part of it off. Again, learning to control your fire, learning to control your piece. Very well. Forge welded basket twist garden trowel. Holy cow, Bill Corey, that's amazing. A small candle holder yesterday. Working on too much, rainy. Yes. Oh my gosh, the weather has been disgusting. Just finished first set of tongs with offset nibs and reins. Tech. Fantastic. Forging design elements for barbecue steamer, trunk barbecue smokers, and lots of rivets. There you go. Watch Spear Grass Forge make a brooch today. I don't know what a brooch is. Somebody will have to explain that to me. Jeff, if I haven't already, hi. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier or not. Fire maintenance, Eli. Cool. Everybody, keep up the good work. Why do you have to hammer so gently? Well, on the curlicue part, one, using the wooden mallet because it's a softer material, so it doesn't break off or damage the tip that you just worked on. Two, I have not learned hammer control very well yet. I was going to go out and do some cleanup in the backyard, but I woke up this morning feeling like somebody took a baseball bat to the back of my head. That's never a good feeling. I understand that completely. Much damage from the fire the other day. Awesome. 88 here. Shut up, John. John, my mom and John are going to brag all the time about living in Florida and the temperatures that they get to experience. Let's see here. It's not exactly where I want my fire to be on, or my heat to be on there. But that's okay. Almost did it too well not to get heat to my tip. There we go. Warm up down there, bud. Everything's bud. There, bud. As us Midwesterners Midwesterners do so well. Hey there, bud. Some air back to the fire. That's awesome, Adam. Glad to hear that. Yeah, Frank. Close to where you're at, but oh, sorry. Forget the lapel mics there. Oh, I lost the fuzzy. Oh, there it is. Looky there. The microphone thing always tends to fall off. Sorry, everybody's gonna get a little loud here in a second. Sorry. This thing always tends to fall off, but it always manages to find its way back. I'm so sorry if this sounds terrible in the audio. My apologies, everyone. Yeah, Frank, disgusting weather here in Ohio. I absolutely can attest to that. All right, let's bring her out. There she is. Or he is, I don't know what gender it is. At least I'm not calling it a dude. Like Dad does. Dad starts to notice that on every one of his projects. He starts calling it a dude. Let's see here. I don't like that. Let's try it with the mallet here. Nope, not good enough on the fire yet. Strike one. At least I did not damage it past repair. Let's do that again. Right. Let's do it again. Boom. Never try to hammer on cold metal, folks. Southwestern? That don't you know? Absolutely. Don't you know? That hasn't quite, because we're southern enough. See, here's the thing. Where we live in Ohio, we're in this weird mismatch of we have just enough of a little bit of a southern twang that we sound like we are southern, but we have just enough of our northern, midwestern kind of more proper accent, so to speak, that everybody here is just, what kind of accent do you have? That's what everybody's, we don't have an accent. Ohioans don't have an accent. We're just a weird conglomeration of how we say words. That's why I'm not a football player. Don't worry, Dad. I will clean it up. I promise. Come here, buddy. There she is. There she is. It's from Thor Ragnarok. Alright. Okay. Now let's try this again. I don't think that's turning out half bad. Well, folks, we might have a little bit of a twist to it. It's all right. It ain't pretty. It ain't my best work. Actually, it might be my best work. I don't know. Oh, shoot. What do we think, folks? All that for hours, what, hours time? Good grief, it's almost 7:30. Novice, amateur. Very, very, ooh, those are hot. Remember, kids, usually things around the forge are hot. Gotta remember that one. All right, who's talking and saying what? Yeah, I can't imagine having the UK type of weather. That sounds terrible. Oh, you have an accent. It's just generic American accent. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the thing. We have an accent, but we don't have an accent. You know, you have your northern accent, you have your Midwestern accent, you have your southern accent, you have like your Texas and Western accents, you have your California accents, you have your East Coast accents, you have your New York accents, then you have Ohio. And Ohio's just like, what? So yeah. Oh, goodness. Hillsboro, Ohio. What a place. Yeah. Sure. Desert, that's a, yeah. But it's almost like a, it's just like mine is generic Australian, like not Queenslander or Victorian. Yeah, I mean it's weird, man. It's such a weird like when I moved. So when we lived in Kentucky, and I lived in Kentucky for a while, everybody was like, "Man, you sound funny." It was like more so, y'all talk funny. I said, "Wait, I talk funny?" Like, yeah, you talk funny. No, I don't. And then you got your northern accent. They say, "Oh, you talk very funny," and well, that's a terrible northern accent. Whatever, more proper. It's just you talk like a southerner. I was like, "No, I don't." Say right lane. There's your accent. Right lane. Is that an accent? Don't touch the hot part. Wash your hands. Absolutely, Wayne. Wash them. Wash them and dry them. All right. So there you go, everybody. There's your hour worth of live stream. Little railroad spot cook. That's going to go up right over here. Yay, pretty. Woo. So yeah. Not bad. I think I'm happy with it. Nice little curly Q there. Again, getting the fundamentals down is a big thing. Oh, don't get too close. Don't want to see all my imperfections now that I can see it in the light. Woo. Yeah, getting that little taper down and the curly Q down, that's a big thing. Just getting it down and making that look good. So, traffic. Yeah, that's one Dad and I not harp on, but get on Michelle sometimes. She says the word traffic, and she's probably gonna kill me when she gets home tonight because I'm joking about how she says the word traffic. But yeah, then you get your Cincinnati, Ohio accent, which is a completely other accent. All kinds of fun. Ohio's a great place. Ohio is an absolute great place. Don't listen to anybody tell you differently. I don't know. What do we got? 20 minutes? 30 minutes. Can Eli do anything? Yes, Adam. I know. I'm drilling holes. Sorry. I don't trust myself punching a hole without messing it up. So I will wait for the master smith of Bar Run Forge to teach me how to do punching and whatnots. Hey, cool thing. We were at a friend's, one of the local tractor implement stores that we have, and he was letting us hang around we were looking, long story short, we were at a place looking at some tractors, found a 16-pound sledgehammer. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah, it was just sitting out in a trailer rusting away, and I said, "Hey, how much do you want for that sledgehammer head?" He said, "I didn't even know it was there. You can have it." I said, "All right, cool." So I cleaned it up, put some chemicals on there to kind of somewhat shine it up and bring some color back to it. Knocked all the rust and stuff on it. Now we have a striking hammer. This sucker's heavy. But yeah, found it. Basically, I put $10 in a handle in it. $10 16-pound hammer. What's up? Put him by the striking anvil because that's about as far as he's going to get. Oh, and what small amount of time we have left. There's a scrap piece. Let's do something with it. Let's do something with it. All right, probably don't need those anymore. Hoo-ah. Hey, speaking of making stuff, who said, I think Tech said tongs, didn't he? Check this out. The first official Bar Run Forge homemade tong set. Yeah, Dad finally, as y'all saw on Instagram today, finally stopped being a chicken and made some tongs. So let's see how they work as Eli burns another piece of metal up. Woo, sparky, sparky. Yep, no idea what we're going to do with it. May just do a practice As Dad says, batting practice. Gotta have batting practice, right? Oh, Dad, that's really thin. I don't know how much I can do with that piece. Wow, that is breaking off. Drop forge. I don't know what I can do with that. Honestly, that's breaking off. I'm not going to try it. Nasser? Oh, broke off in the deal. Okay. And I can see it sparking in the fire. Cool. But yeah, there you go. The tongs work great. Good job. Way to go. The OG bar run forge. Let's see here. Now, the big question is, do you have tongs to hold that? Yes, we do. The original bar run forge. Troy Roush. Wayne, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate the quote. I hope one day to see that on a t-shirt. Yeah, absolutely. High Desert. That is, Mom, Merry Christmas. Hot hook for your sister. Yes, absolutely. Let's start making some hooks for the family. Use Yuns and y'all a lot. Yes, absolutely. Ohioans driving, it's their accent. Easy there, Papa John. Drop forge drink. Gordon, thanks so much for coming in, buddy. As always, we appreciate the support and jumping in. Have a great day over in the UK. Or as they say back in the old days, ROCK in the USA. Somebody got that reference, and they're impressed that my father taught me all these old references. You're welcome. So anywho, yeah, may just practice some scroll work and whatnot. So anywho, as you have well seen, Dad, the good. Oh, Corey. Ha! I was like, somebody said something about it, but I didn't quite okay. Yep, that makes sense. Or get some bigger diameter stock to make a leaf. What? I tried a leaf, Adam. I tried a leaf. A big leaf. Bigger leaf than that little one I showed you guys earlier. And it was I don't want to say epic fail, but it was a big fail. I know there's no failing in blacksmithing because it's a learning experience, but it turned out very ugly. So, yeah, at this point it's just I need to go find some stock. Go find some stock. That fire's pretty. Corey. I'm High Desert Forge. Corey Shire. Gotcha. Now, I get it. Oh, goodness. Jeff, thanks so much for jumping in, brother. Have a good one. Appreciate it. If you guys have not already, make sure to or smack the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe, share with friends, share with your enemies. I don't care. Just share it with people. Share it. Subscribe, like, all the fun stuff. You know what to do. You've been on social media before. You've got a YouTube channel. You know what to do. I have no idea what I'm doing. At this point, it's just smacking a hammer. I'm going to do another taper just to try it out and hone in my skills. John, that is a interesting question. So that's kind of the thing with blacksmithing is you take a piece and mold it to the size you want. Some other blacksmiths, you all are more than welcome to chime in and explain this better than I can, for sure. Like the taper, for example, you're tapering it down because if you try, actually, I'll show you. Tell you what, forging lessons with Eli, the professional amateur. You hang out there for a second. So, like I said earlier, not all pieces are failed pieces, but they are a learning experience. So, this is a hook that I did a while back at a demo and was basically just kind of working on stuff. And it's not bad, it's just really thick. And that's a harder thing to do as far as move the piece that's really thick on that one. Yeah, like Matt said, how much work is involved to get to the correct size? So I should have worked a lot more down to make that less thick. Because I mean, this piece right here is still the same thickness as the railroad spike. There's a small taper to a hook. So that curly Q really small, and then it tapers out really wide back to the original shape of the railroad spike hook. So, yeah, it's just a matter of working it down to the size you want it to. That way you're working it to the size you want it to. Starting with the stock the same size you want it would be more of like a modern metal work, I guess would be the easier thing. Adam, leaf. So the leaf is not terrible. The problem is, one, fire maintenance. Got to remember that. Basically just kind of burned the edge of it off. But not too terrible. Got a little tip into that one. And then got a cold shut because I took a piece. This was a piece of 3-inch flat stock, and it got a cold shut when I was doing the leaf, and so I filed it down. Got a decent stem on it, and you can see there's some kind of forging marks to try to give it some texture, but I just gave up after that piece. Again, learning experience. This is not like Dad said, it's not a failure. It's a learning experience. Something you have to learn. Okay, you got to control your fire. You got to control your piece, what you're doing with it, and things like that. So, just again, it's all learning experience for sure. But yeah, so that was a leaf that didn't turn out very good. I even tried a little bit of slitting down the middle. Yeah, there's these guys will tell you a whole lot better than I can. Actually, let's finish this guy off. I'm gonna draw this back out and not mess with those little tiny pieces of stock anymore. Another railroad spike. Sure, why not, Eli? All right, you guys asked for it, and by you guys, I mean me. Yeah. So in 2 hours, Eli manages to make one railroad spike, hook, and fix another one. Cool. John, just started our Venture 72. Just started theirs. That's awesome. They're going around traveling and doing stuff on there. Listen, I'm not afraid to promote anybody's channel. I know that's kind of taboo on some of the other channels. Everybody on here, go check out everybody else's channel for sure, because you guys all have different products, different knowledge, different things that you do your YouTube channels about. YouTube is a great place. From anything you want to learn, from anything you like watching, absolutely. Go check out some of these other people. And always, check out our channel. Yeah, Adam's right. Easier to make smaller than to make smaller than to make bigger. That's the big thing. So anywho, I'm completely losing my voice. not gonna have much of a voice left after tonight, and I'm sure you guys are gonna be happy about that because you don't have to hear me talking anymore. Hey, quick shout out to Dance Steel and Farm Supply again. They provided us with some free hats for a little bit of a shout out on our YouTube channel. So if you ever need metal at a really great price in or around the Ohio area, go check out Dance. They're great. The armorer Dad was talking about earlier works there, works at a metal place, does metal fabrication. Freaking awesome. Yeah, John used to work at a steel mill, so that's pretty cool. Way back in, not way back in the day, but back in the day. Some fun and interesting stories of Ashland, Kentucky, with John and one of their traveling buddies, Mike. Have some very, very interesting and funny stories. John, I think that would be a great idea for you. Is you and Mike sit in front of a camera and tell some stories about the good old days of what was it, AK Steel? Dad, are you still on? 1800s. Tell us how the candy passing out and church stuff is going. Adam, as always, appreciate you coming. Best of luck to you on house and etc. Everything going on with that. Congratulations, by the way. That's awesome. More to come from the good old Speargrass Forge, teaching us all about blacksmithing in Australia, where everything is hot and out to kill you, apparently. Y'all seen the spiders that come out of Australia? Holy cow. The huntsman spider. That sucker's like bigger than my face. Yeesh. I'm not scared of spiders, but if one of those came rolling up on me, I'd be like... John, that is a interesting question. Yes. A lot of smiths get their start on railroad tracks. Chunks of railroad tracks. Railroad track anvils are a very easy way to get started blacksmithing. If you can get a chunk of that, that is a great way to start a blacksmithing career. If not that, Harbor Freight. I know I just said the sin of Harbor Freight has anvils. You can get, I think they're like $50, and with a super coupon, they're even cheaper. Look, little cast iron anvil. Where everything is backwards in Australia. Matt, thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate you. Stay safe. God bless. Yeah. We the place we've gone up to in Goshen, the place where I started my first day of blacksmithing, had a couple railroad track anvils. They were phenomenally crafted, I will say. Oh, cool. I'm gonna shut this down before you get back, Dad. Yeah, the place in Goshen was, they had, I think, 2 or 3 railroad track anvils that were, again, phenomenally done. That's where a lot of guys get their start, is the railroad track anvil. If you can find a good old anvil, antique anvil, that's what a lot of guys prefer and go for. The anvil I'm working on, cheap Chinese made one from eBay, brand new, $120. Right now, listen, if anybody in here is looking to start blacksmithing right now, I think they're on for like $109. Like, you can literally get, with shipping, it's like $13 to get it. That's crazy. Get a brand new cast steel, which is different. All right, let's thin this guy back out. And they even make that Achio anvil even has a 132-pound cousin. Almost went for that. I mean, it's a cast steel. It's 132 pounds. That thing is massive. One of you has that. Who has the 132-pound Achio anvil? Somebody has that. Achio. Ah, yeah, there we go. Is it? Somebody has it in here. I don't remember. Either way, yeah, cast steel anvil, milled face. Thing does fantastic. We've been whacking on this a couple times. Face has got some small denting. That's it. Mom, not allowed to put a forge in the fifth wheel. Huh. Frank says back in 2005, they had 100-pound cast anvils at Harbor Freight. That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, primitively, you can forge on a rock. Start up a small fire, get it hot enough to forge on, and people forge on rocks. A lot of guys get their start on that right there. That's an anvil. Right there. Use the face of that. Flatten the face of it. Use it. A piece of round stock that's big enough. The idea of the blacksmith is to use everything you have in your possession. That's why we have that old. We're gonna make a video on it. We have an old anvil that Dad and I are super excited to find out the history of, like possibly late 17, early 1800s anvil. Freaking cool. That you take it and you would set it down. That's why the horn and the back legs are the exact same. They're parallel, so you could take it, tip it, and it's got a fifth wheel that you could use, or fifth leg that you could use as a swage for swage block. You could take it, and the horn sticks straight up, and you can use the cone of the horn for different projects, like a mandrel almost. I mean, the blacksmith is so crafty that it can use every single piece of the anvil and everything around him to forge and make the piece do what he wants it to do most of the time. As us amateurs have found out, most of the time. But yeah, blacksmithing is a neat craft, I dare say. And I am very gracious to have a father that is interested in it and has taught me as well. Oh yeah, that's looking better. Whole lot better. Hooey, man, I have gained a whole different level of respect for mastersmiths, blacksmith, Dad. I have gained a great respect for you because I've only done a railroad spike and a half of one, and my arm hurts. That's cool, Tech. Yeah, we found out about that, and now that I've seen like people do it and work it, that's so cool. Cast iron, cast steel, the hardness, carbon content. That's hilarious. Oh, goodness. Yep, cast steel is softer, or cast iron, excuse me, is softer than cast steel. Steel in general. The cool thing about the old anvils is they're half cast iron with a steel face. And what that does is the cast iron absorbs a lot of the shock from hitting it, whereas you notice this one is kind of bouncy because it's all steel. The cast iron absorbs some of the shock, but the steel face for the hardness, that way you're not banging up because cast iron is very soft. When you're whacking it and heating it up, the cast iron, yeah, is more brittle, and the carbon content. But yeah, the cast iron helps absorb the shock. The steel is the hard surface to forge off of, to beat metal off of. So yeah, and as you well know, the people in here are a lot smarter than I. Will probably explain it better than I do. All right, let's finish that up and put the curl back on it. See if I can make that a little. Let's give it a little texture. Why not, right? Give it a little forge look to it. I like the kind of rough forge texture to it. How about that? Bend it back and be done. Then we'll call it a night. You guys can go home. I can go back over to the house and let Dad critique my work. Cambodian blacksmiths see the crude stuff they have to work with and throw it over quantity and quality turn out. Yeah, Frank, those are so cool. Watching people who don't have the luxuries that we have, they're phenomenal, man. Watching some of the products and stuff that they turn out, it almost makes me want to pack it up and not do it. Yeah, Corey, have you seen some of the prices that people are asking? Oh, goodness. Yeah, for real. I was like, man, Dad's got me into blacksmithing. I'm going to go find me an cool old anvil. And I was like, jeez. Some of these people are running hay buttons for like $900 for an 80-pound hay button. No. Yeah, hay buttons are nice and cool, but jeez. $120. And I'm blacksmithing. Now, I do have the luxury of my dad. Oh, where are you? So, that's nice, but at the same time, quench the tip, Eli. Shut up. Work first, then talk. There we go. Tip. Come on. That'll have to be fixed. There we go. A little bit thicker of a deal, but another one. How about it? Let's see if I can't fix that a little bit. And we got a little turned around. That's okay. Every experience is a learning experience. Let's see if I can't take that. There we go. Actually. Whoop. Hope nobody's scared of rodents because there was just a mouse in here. Tech, thank you so much, buddy. Have a great night. Yeah, no kidding. You'd think they were cast out of solid gold. Goodness. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Hopefully, my thought is once everything kind of calms down with the way the world is going right now, and we can kind of get back to the way things are, and I hate to say it, but I hope some people kind of lose interest in it, and prices go back down to normal. Let's put a darn twist in there. Nope, not that way. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. All right. Shut her down. You guys have seen too many railroad spike hooks for tonight. So, anywho, take that down just a little bit. Railroad spike hooks with Eli. Sure beans. How we doing? All right. Whoop. Well, everybody. One railroad spike hook. Excuse me. Half railroad spike hook. One railroad spike hook. Let's not leave that on the forge face too long, or the anvil face too long. How about that? Man, that's almost, dang, that's pretty close. It's a little bit longer, but yeah. Anywho, anyone heard sure that Forged and Fired is being canceled? God, I hope not. I love that show. I really hope not. That would be a Debbie Downer on my day. But yeah, so Forged with Eli, Railroad Spike Hooks. Hot. Remember, kids, everything in the forge is probably hot. But, alright, work is done. Hat back to normal. Not sponsored by Tractor Supply. Probably have to tape that up. One day we'll get monetized, I hope. I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Oh, let me do the high. Yeah, Dad. At the end of the show, Dad always puts his leg up here. He's like, "All right." He was like, gives you the dad talk. I can't do that because this thing's up here, and I'm not that flexible. I'm a big old boy. So, yeah, that's the end of the show. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. As always, we'll do the countdown of thanks and see yous and whatnot. Yeah, well, not yet, but this is gonna go over here. Whew. Guys, I appreciate it beyond what words can say. You guys are freaking fantastic. I appreciate the support. Seventh time. Tonight was the 7th time that I've ever done blacksmithing. So you guys got to get to see the live stream of it for 2 hours. I know, I appreciate you guys helping me out and kind of guiding me through this, and everybody's videos and inspiration. You guys are fantastic, man. I know I literally haven't even met more than half of you people, but you guys are phenomenal. We really do mean it when we say we appreciate you guys. It's crazy that we come out here. You know, Dad and I have always had this. Night, John. Thank you so much for joining in. Good night, Corey. Cool. Yeah, I mean, my dad and I have been coming out to the shop all the time, and Frank is he out? No, he was saying bye to Corey. Never mind, whatever. Um, as a kid, I can remember just going out to the shop. That's how I dealt with things going on in my life. That's, what I did for fun. We'll go out and make stuff, go out and do stuff. It was even cooler the fact that I have a dad who goes out and makes stuff. So, again, blessings, absolutely. Getting to come out here now, and now I have 20 people watching me learn how to blacksmith in real time, all across the world. In the craziness of what's going on in the world right now, I have people across the world watching me blacksmith. How weird and awesome is that at the same time? But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Corey. Oh, goodness. Frank, thanks for coming, buddy. Yeah, my mom, my dad, my sister, my stepmom, my stepdad. A couple weeks ago, step brother and sister-in-law, my nephew, people from Australia, people from Great Britain, people from right in our backyard in Ohio, all the way across the great United States. So cool. But anyways, I'll get off of it. That is pretty neat. John, I love you, brother. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's kind of the wrap of the show. I don't do the closing. I'm not a preacher like Dad, so I don't have a good closing statement. But we'll wrap it up. It is 8 o'clock, past 8 o'clock now, and sure enough, 8:03. So be on the lookout for new videos. You know what I just realized? We always have the live of what we're doing back here, and I didn't put one. Whatever, new guy. But anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless. Thank you all so much for jumping in and joining me. This has been fantastic. Keep an eye out for more videos. We're getting in the shop more and finally getting some time to create, produce, do some cool stuff. So we'll keep you guys updated. Keep us updated. Anything you guys got going on, we'll pray for you, encourage you, talk to you, laugh with you, joke with you, whatever. Keep us updated, keep us informed. You guys are all part of the family, part of the friend group, so we like to keep up with our friends, and we're there for our friends for sure. So, but again, you guys have a great night. Thanks so much for jumping in here. God bless.